We are going to talk about solving multi-step linear equations with fractions. Let's begin with the equation m over 9 minus 2 ninths equals 5 ninths. I could solve these like we do a lot of two-step equations. I'll look on the side with the variable and I undo the addition and subtraction first. I see that 2 ninths is being subtracted. The opposite of subtracting 2 ninths is to add 2 ninths. Of course, whatever you do to one side, you have to do to the other. On the left side, a negative 2 ninths and a positive 2 ninths cancel out. I will have m divided by 9 is equal to 5 ninths plus 2 ninths. That will be 7 ninths. And now you see the variable is divided by 9. The opposite of dividing by 9 is to multiply by 9. Of course, whatever you do to one side, you have to do to the other. And sure enough, the 9s cancel out on the left side, and I will have only m. On the right side, I am just multiplying. I can multiply straight across and then reduce, or I could go ahead and cancel those 9s. And 7 times 1 is 7. In the denominator, 1 times 1 is just 1. The answer is 7. So in this example, we solve this equation by undoing our adding and subtracting, and then undoing our multiplying and dividing. Let's learn about trying to get rid of those fractions in equations. I am going to start with the same equation, but my first step is going to be to get rid of those fractions. Let's find the least common denominator. We have m over 9, 2 over 9, and 5 over 9. It looks like the least common denominator will be 9. So I'm going to multiply both sides by 9. I will have to use distributive property on the left side, which is the same as multiplying each term times 9. And now if we did this the correct way, all of my fractions are going to cancel. In the first term, sure enough, the 9s will cancel. I will only have m. In my second term, sure enough, the 9s are going to cancel. That will be 2. And on the right side, once again, those 9s will cancel. I will only have 5. And now, to solve this equation, to undo that 2 that is being subtracted, we will add 2 to both sides. M will still equal 7. So let's work a few problems on solving multi-step linear equations with fractions. So the next problem I want to do is 2/3 plus x over 5 equals 13/15. I do see that I have lots of fractions. I would love to get rid of those fractions to make my problem a little easier. Let's find the least common denominator. I have 3, 5, and 15, and they will all divide into 15. So I will be multiplying the left side by 15 and the right side by 15. And so I will need to use the distributive property on the left side. So I will be multiplying every term in the equation by 15. Now, if you would like, this is just 15 over 1. And so let's do some multiplying. Once again, if we did this correctly, all of the fractions should be gone. The first term, 3 will go into 3 one time, and 3 will go into 15 5 times. I will have 5 times 2, that will be 10. In the second term, 5 will go into 5 one time, and 5 will go into 15 3 times. In the numerator, I will have 3 times x, which is 3x. In the denominator, 1 times 1 is just 1. On the right side, 15 will go into 15 one time. 15 will go into this 15 one time. And 1 times 13 is 13. And once again, in the denominator, it is just 1. My fractions are gone. And now it is a regular two-step equation. My variable is on the left side, but be careful. Make sure that you are undoing the adding and subtracting first. So I actually need to get rid of this 10. Look in front of it. There's nothing there, so I know it's a positive. The opposite of adding 10 is to subtract 10. And yes, you've got it. We have to do that to both sides. We will have 3x is equal to 3. Now we're down to one step. X is being multiplied by 3. The opposite of multiply by 3 is to divide by 3. On the left side, 3 divided by 3 is just 1x, or just x. On the right side, 3 divided by 3 is 1. Let's keep working. We have the equation m over 5 plus m over 4 equals 9. Let's find the least common denominator and get rid of these fractions. In the denominators, I have a 5, a 4, and 9 is just over 1. What's my least common denominator? What will 5 and 4 divide into evenly? You've got it. It is 20. So I will multiply both sides by 20. I will need to use the distributive property. So I will have 20 times the first term and 20 times the second term and 20 times the third term. Remember, these are just 20 over 1 if you would like to put that. But let's go ahead and start canceling. 5 are going to 5 one time and 5 are going to 20 4 times. 4 times m is 4m. 4, we're going to 4 one time and 4 we're going to 20 5 times. 5 times m is 5m. And on the right side, there is nothing to cancel. 20 times 9 is 180. Now, we do have some like terms on the same side. Let's combine those. 4m plus 5m is 9m. Our variable is being multiplied by 9. Therefore, I'm going to divide both sides by 9. M will equal 180 divided by 9 is 20. Let's keep working. X over 8 minus 5 equals 3/4. Now, since I see several fractions, I would like to get rid of those fractions. I need to find my least common denominator. In the denominators, I have 8, and 5 is just over 1, and 4. The least common denominator is 8. So I will multiply both sides by 8. So I will multiply the first term times 8, the second term times 8, and the third term times 8. And now we do need to cancel. The 8's will cancel. That will leave me x minus. In the second term, there is nothing to cancel. So just multiply. 8 times 5 is 40. And on the right side, 4 will divide into 4 one time, and 4 will divide into 8 two times. 2 times 3 is 6. One more step to go. Over here with the variable, I see that 40 is being subtracted. The opposite of subtracting 40 is to add 40. And of course, whatever we do to one side, you have to do to the other. So x will be 46. Good luck getting rid of those fractions.